Thank you, Vijay. If I may just ask one question, Vijay. How do you measure the impact that your program has created by empowering the farmers through information, better information?
There are many levels where we can understand impact of your work. One of the important, some investors have asked me the question whether your service is actually helping farmers or not, and your service is viable or not. So my usual answer was that if they are buying my service, that means that it has made an impact as well as it is being used by them. There's an impact on that. What we have understood from our services in terms of agriculture has been that it has been able to help farmers to understand, to take up challenge of growing a crop that they have not grown earlier. They don't know how to grow that crop because an advisory is available for them to grow the crop. In that growing the crop, they have been able to identify, save cost of up to 30% of the agri input cost to grow the same amount or better quantity of the produce that could be produced from the same piece of land, which means that their income is substantially increased for them, and they're quite happy for that. I think one of the most important impact that we have understood through our impact studies has been that farmers also become kind of an expert of their own when they get a service and they are asking for some information, that they start a feedback channel with you and they give you suggestions. One of the interesting suggestions came to us in farmer. We used to provide them market information of local market. We used to think that these farmers are very small and they'll be selling in local market. That's it. So we were zapped when one of the farmers said, "Can you give us commodity futures prices for the crops that we are growing?" I said, "What? How do they know about commodity futures which we don't also understand properly ourselves?" So which was very surprising for us, and we started actually providing them that information. It was quite a learning for us.
Thank you, Jay. On a lighter note, I just want to know if there's been any case that you have learned where a farmer learned about your program and bought a phone after that, because he would want the program from you.
That didn't happen exactly, means at least we don't know about that. But one thing which happened, a very interesting anecdote which was there, we provided our services for farming. And we came to know about a nice event which happened in a village wherein they used to auction a pond which contains fish. So village ponds have fish in it, so they used to auction the pond because if it's going to be heated up too much, the water will dry, all the fish will be lost and they will not earn anything. So they will auction all the fish in the pond to somebody who's going to buy for it. So there was auction going on, and one of the farmers who used to get our services said that don't auction because it will rain. There is a forecast on my mobile that it is going to rain in the next 3-4 days. And so water will be there in the pond and fish will not die. And there will be more fish, so we can auction it much higher prices. So the village committee didn't agree. So they auctioned the fish, and the person who bought the auction brought his generator for pumping out the water so that he can catch all the fish. Catching single is going to be a pretty tough job. So they will just pump out all the water and catch all the fish and go. So this fellow brings a generator and starts pumping out, and it starts raining the next day. So the pond gets filled up, and these are very poor people. He goes to the village committee and starts shouting, "No, return my money. I'm not going to catch the fish from this because there's so much water there. How do I get my fish from there?" So the village committee actually decided to return the money because it's going to rain a little more and there will be more fish.